Hi everybody. Another check-in. Today's President's Day. I know that's important to a lot of people. Anyway, I digress. Also, I'm doing a post check-in, even though it's been a few days. Valentine's Day was kind of rough on some people. And I have a few things to say about thoughts, realizations. One of them being, for many years, I would post like a picture, saying, when you love you, others will too. Happy Valentine's Day. And on that day, I said, I'm not posting that. I was busy. But I thought about something. When you love you, every day's love day. Okay? When you love you, others can too. That's where I messed up. That's okay. The intention was good. It is such a beautiful day. Of course, we always have the angels watching over. Some of us have more than one because we're a handful. But just remember, you have at least one guardian angel at all times. And they don't care about when you're pooping and peeing. They just want to see your glorious moments in life. They want to see you shine. So, another thought I had was, it's not as cold today as it's been, but I have a lot of gray in my wardrobe. A lot. And black. And I thought about that gray. First of all, I like it because it makes my eyes stand out, and sometimes they can look blue, green, or gray, and I think that's cool. And then black, black, it's spiritually protective. I like that. But as I was looking through my wardrobe and thinking, for God's sake, I got to get some more color, I then found these pants. And body, mind, soul. That's right. We're not completely stylish, but we added some color. Because as I was looking at all of these gray articles of clothing, I was like, blue and red and black and gray. All of the colors are very, very meaningful. Yeah, well, gray's my favorite color. I felt so symbolic yesterday. That's Counting Crows. Adam Duritz is an amazing poet. But think about what gray is. Doesn't it kind of feel like we're in it? Gray is a color that doesn't really have a feeling. And I feel about that color that we are in it metaphorically, because when you're in the midst of something that you can't quite figure out and it doesn't really feel like this or that, but it's like meh, you want to get out of it. So maybe that's why I'm wearing a lot of gray, but I've actually always gravitated toward it, consonants. But I've always been a seeker too. One day, I'm going to get rid of all the gray. I don't mean to rhyme, but I do it all the time. So, I know a lot of you are also feeling the heaviness of the world. I really don't know what the actual fuck's going on anymore. There's just so much that darker, energies, lower vibrational energies are pulling out of their freaking black hats. We're all getting soul spanked every time we turn around. Black, it's still a great color, absence of color. So wear black, spiritual protection. Don't forget your crystals or, a little bit of sparkle, whatever. Keep it lively, throw some color in there. But that song from the Counting Crows, Mr. Jones. Another thing that recently happened was I had a few boxes from my storage that I had left with a friend, and I retrieved those things recently. And when one of the boxes was put down, I heard, and I said, "Oh my God, that's my red tambourine." And they were like, "Yeah." I used to play that tambourine in 2 different bands. One was a 90s tribute band, and another was classic rock. All of those people are absolutely incredible, beautiful souls. I love every single one of you. I'm so glad my kids told me to get a hobby because I met some beautiful souls. So anyway, the tambourine. It was a red tambourine. That's your root chakra, right? But it's also vibrant and passionate. And anytime I hear the tambourine, that, it's like clearing out all the muck in your spirit. It's such an uplifting sound, right? You gotta love it. Tambourine is in that song, Mr. Jones. And then I thought of the whole self-love thing. When you love you, others can too. And that song in particular, when I look at the television, I want to see me staring right back at me. We all want to be big stars, but we don't know how and we don't know why. But when everybody loves me, stop. Now he knows what he's saying, but let me just talk about that for a minute. We don't need others to approve. We don't. We intrinsically like it. We need it. We're humans. But we don't really need people to approve. You're never going to have everyone like you. You're never going to have everyone, as I mess with my hair. Can't help it. You're never going to have everyone's approval. So fucking do you, boo. I'm serious. Yes, I'm a slightly potty-mouthed earth angel, and I don't give a fuck. Have you seen those studies where people who curse are actually more honest, authentic? It's true. And I'm gonna tell you something else. When you really embrace your authenticity, and when you really start loving you, oh my God, you're gonna irritate so many people. Who gives a shit? You love yourself anyway. You deserve it. Because Earth School is an asshole. Earth is not the asshole, it's the inhabitants, right? Anyway, another thing that I wanted to mention is, how do you love you? Well, we all know there are a lot of things that we all reach for, whether it's drinking, drugs, food, sex stuff, whatever. Oops, I shouldn't have said that word. Whatever. But ultimately, it leaves you feeling empty, right? So I'm talking about the good stuff. I'm talking about just take a few minutes, to really honor yourself. Meditation is a great way. 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes as you fall asleep at night. I've seen the documentary Awake before. Paramahansa Yogananda. What a dude. Like, he was in the midst of a meditation and heard, "Go to America." And he was like, "I didn't want to go to America." Pardon my accent, but, and it was actually Hollywood. That was needed, even back then in the 30s. So he went. He honored the message of his soul. And he taught people the fundamentals of yogic practices, meditation, earthing, grounding, how the body is, energy, frequency. And, I don't know if you've heard this, I've heard this. Jim Carrey says, God is in the spine. Have you heard that? Here's what that means. When you do mindful practices like, deep breathing, somatic breathing, meditation, visualization, and you could do walking, sitting, whatever. But the breathing part, there's this amazing thing in our bodies called a vagus nerve. VAGUS. I always talk about this. From the top of the spine all the way down. And when you practice slow, deep breathing, in for 4 or 5, hold it for the same amount, exhale for that or even a bit longer. Do that repeatedly. Suddenly, the vagus nerve reaches out to every single organ in the body, and you feel awake. You feel alive. You feel closer to God, whatever that means for you. But just know, you're not the end all be all, and I'm not either. There's something bigger than us. That's for sure. So you feel centered. You feel whole. And you can't help but go straight to the heart chakra. Then suddenly, you're awake. You're enlightened about things where once you were pissed off or judgmental or hurt, you go, oh wow. I did that dumb thing because I wasn't honoring myself. I hurt somebody because I was still hurting. Others have hurt me because they were hurting. It allows you to kind of hover above the situation and see things from a broader perspective. And that's when, little by little, when we all do these practices, Earth will no longer be an asshole school. I've done some dumb shit in my life, like never intentionally wanting to hurt people, but just being gullible or operating from fear, whatever. And I forgive myself now. And by the way, forgiveness comes through meditation or prayer. And prayer is energetic healing. You don't have to believe in anything, but if you have a heart, you can energetically send healing to someone that you love or care about or are acquainted with, whatever. Prayer is energetic healing. By the way, speaking of prayer, if you know me personally and you know I know what you're going through, I want you to know I pray for you every day. Every single day. Because it's important and people are hurting. Physically, spiritually, mentally, people are hurting. So the more you can put out there, starting with you, please do that. Now, another song that recently occurred to me while I was looking through my wardrobe. Look, I'm layered right now. Gray and black. But I mean, it's kind of cool. See what I mean? But Johnny Cash or Joaquin Phoenix, Walk the Line. Why are you always wearing black? You go into a funeral and you know the line. It's so fucking epic. Maybe I am. I've lost people. You've lost people. Death is a transition. There are moments where I'm feeling it and I'm a little envious of people who get to leave this planet. But come on, I do love the nature. I do. It's gorgeous. It's the inhabitants that can make it an asshole school. We've really got to start stepping it up. But no more pain. People who die, people who transition, they're free. So, but I thought about that. Black, wearing black, spiritual protection. Maybe we are going to different types of funerals. You know, symbolically that means ego deaths, endings of relationships, situations, what have you. Habits. You know, the things that lift you, that make you feel high, they're not substances. And I'm not judging. Okay, we all have our journeys. But it's you can get high on your own supply. Wim Hof, whoop. You can get high on your own supply. And it starts with breath. Breath, breath, breath. Anyway, as I looked in my closet, I forgot that I had something. I'm going to wrap it up here. And I said, oh shit. So I don't need it today, but I wanted to bring it for the video because I got this from a friend. And look at it. It's all the chakras, you know, and it's gorgeous. And who doesn't love a fucking rainbow? Somewhere over the rainbow. Remember, there's always someone behind the curtain. So many messages in plain sight. Come on, y'all. You know this by now. I just love rainbows for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is the message of hope. And I don't want you to lose hope. I'm not losing hope on you. I'm not giving up on you. Please don't give up on me. I got a lot more to talk about. And it's all going to be heart-centered. And yeah, sometimes fiery and a little pissed off, because we should be. Look around. Look around. It's not right. A lot of shit ain't right. Please don't give up on yourself, because it's a little too easy. Don't let them win. I've said that in my recent video about systems dividing us. And you don't need a fucking president to tell you what to do. You are your own sovereign leader. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to stop saying cuss words, because I love that shit. And I love you guys too. Have a beautiful day.